How's it going, trainers? Coming at you with all-in Wugtrio aggro today. I used this deck list to climb through the entirety of the Great Ball rank, going 23-6 and clearing that plateau in just under 3 hours of total gameplay. Today's games are going to show you this deck list's ability to run people out of the game very, very quickly, thanks to both Misty and Team Rocket Grunts, allowing you to blow them out super early and fast. But we also have a handful of games in here that are going to go a little bit longer, and you're going to see the combination of capes and potions and iridas and good decision making and a couple of good variance beats going our way, allowing us to even be successful inside of longer games. I think Misty and Team Rocket Grunts are definitely instrumental in allowing this deck to be successful. Wugtrio, being a 3 energy attacker all on its own, is a little bit on the slow side, so having a bunch of 50%ers to get you ahead 1 energy or put your opponent behind 1 energy lets this card really take over games, hitting for 150 damage spread out across the board really quickly. At any rate, if you enjoy off-meta brews like this one that you can use for climbing if you play them well, be sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the ones we have coming up. If you enjoyed this particular pile of cheese, smash that like button. For the rest of the day, have fun. If they have Beedrill on curve, we need a Misty or a Rocket to hit to not get stripped out of our energy. Could be a game that's very polarized, not in our favor. They're less likely to have everything they need on curve since they need 2 Pokemon, but I have 1 Crowd Rare Pokeball. We're currently pulling for the second. Thanks, I think. This makes Beedrill incredibly likely. Yes, we finished shiny Beedrills today when we were opening on stream, actually. I think I'm just supposed to energy hit them for 30 and lose to Beedrill. So that way we can win the game next turn if they miss it. And like, obviously they're about a coin flip or maybe a little better to have the Beedrill with the communication last turn, but this is one of those spots where playing the other Wiglet out means I don't lose the game as quickly, but it also means that I don't really have a chance to win. Cool, yeah. Whereas now I win on the spot if they don't have it and I find the Wugtrio. And we're so likely to find Wugtrio here, yeah? This is, I'm going to redraw 6 cards into 16. I'm pretty sure the Iono is more likely by a lot, right? Number of successes in population, sample size 6. We're 62%. Yeah, it's 62% to hit Wugtrio with the Iono. It's 38% to hit it with the Professor's Research. And once we hit the Pokeball here, it meant if we had communication, we also won that way. So this game's a good example of not playing scared and playing to our out and then winning because we played to our out as opposed to playing scared. I could have taken a line to lose more slowly against a Beedrill, but instead I took a line to win the game if they missed the Beedrill, and they missed, so we won. happy they are, chat. Play our flex Pokeball. And again, with the second Pokeball in hand, we are not playing this out. Because if I draw Pokemon Communication, I can Communication this back into my deck, get the other Wugtrio, and then Pokeball this back out, effectively letting us Pokeball for the stage 1. Can you walk us through Communication and Iono in stage 1 and stage 2 decks? So, the basic heuristic is that the less Pokemon are in... It's a weird tension between the two. The less Pokemon that are in your deck, the more likely Communication is to get you the thing that you care about. However, what's the word I'm searching for? However, oh god, look at that. Nice Mars gamer. Sorry, my brain is bricked. They don't have a guarantee. I need to focus on this game. I'm gonna try and focus and try and win. Am I doing this? Actually, I think I am, right? Is there any reason to try and take the energy off this turn? No, I think we wait because if they attach another energy next turn, I have a chance to high roll, yeah? Do I play around a second copy of Mars? No, I don't think anybody ever has room for a second copy of Mars. Says local man about to be Marsed. And there's value in not evolving this turn. Because if I hit this Darkrai for 30, it dies in 1 fewer Wugtrio hits. So I'm not evolving this turn because if I win this 50-50, it's valuable for us. And obviously we missed it, which is sad, but it's correct to not... It's correct to not evolve here. Less Pokemon with Pokemon Communication is both good and bad because it gives you less things to throw back into your deck, but it also makes it more accurate when you play it. I personally have really enjoyed playing both 1 Iono and 1 Communication in most of these decks because they are cards that serve a similar purpose but have different upsides and downsides associated with playing them. And even without this Team Rocket hit, I think we're in a pretty good spot. If we hit with it, I think the game is over. Yeah, I'm not sure that they can win anymore. We hit the healing card, so they weren't killing us either way. And then 2 pop throughout. I was just about to say 2 pop throughout should get us here unless we full hit the Drudagon. So we had 5 50-50s hit Drudagon there. So we have 2 potions and 2 Iridas in my deck that let this survive. As well as Misties to add energy to here and Team Rocket Grunts to take energies from here. So we've got a lot of live ones here. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, I think we're cooked. Now, gamers, turnabout's fair game, yes? Turnabout is fair game. Look at this incredibly high octane, low variance, large skill game we are engaging in, my opponent and I. Oh my god, just the absolute worst pop throughout hits imaginable. We are not remotely dead yet. In fact, them electing to kill this Wugtrio, I think is good for us, right? Because it means I don't have to win any coin flips or anything to get 2 more attacks in. So we just need to kill an EX and 2 attacks now. I think this Cyrus is a mistake from them. I think we have a real shot because of this mistake from them. And we should just keep attaching all of our energies because they're a Team Rocket player. Speaking of. Rats. Alright, we need to clear an EX and 2 pop throughout. Yes, this was a pass promo Darkrai. It's real weird looking. What is the best deck to get with your starter deck ticket? There is a video covering exactly that on my YouTube channel. Went up over the weekend. Rage Quit, thank you for the 59 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thing, thank you for the 15 months. Good night. That Darkrai in particular. Get it out of here. Yes, when you hear me quoting numbers, I don't have a bunch of hyper geometric distributions calculated by memory. I have a calculator up on my third monitor and I'm plugging numbers in. Inside of Great Ball with it. Between yesterday, off streaming today. If you were to try another all-in Pokemon, who would it be? Why would I try another all-in Pokemon when I have Wiglet? Just go all in with your Wiglet, chat. But be sure you bring some protection like a giant cape for it. Otherwise, you can get into some trouble. I think I'm supposed to go in on the active one. It's close, though. You think the new Lucario is good? Absolutely not. In fact, if you want my thoughts on all of the new EX Pokemon, I would encourage you to check out the new EX Pokemon tier list on my YouTube channel. Oh, I missed that they were on Dark Energy, so they're 2 turns away from attacking with this Giratina at a minimum, which is really good for us. I was thinking they were going to attach a Psychic and be threatening to attack next turn, but they're actually not, which is great. Can we win the game on the spot? Sure can't. Is there any downside to not keeping this turn? Any upside to not keeping this turn? I'm just going to keep this turn. And obviously we'll wait a turn on this. Death and Cross, thanks for the over 2 years. Welcome back. Do you think Granny would be a good inclusion in this deck? No. If I thought Granny was a good inclusion, I'd play her. I think you should play to maximize your good early draws. Not play to play a long, grindy game. This cape is a mistake for my opponent unless they have another potion. They want it. They should be prioritizing getting this out of Wugtrio breakpoints, and they did not do that. So when you're playing against this deck, you want to be getting your things to numbers above quantities that are divisible by 50. So getting this to 160 was better than putting this to 150. Good night, sweet prince. All right, they've got more high HP basics here. If we don't find a Team Rocket or a Misty, we're going to be in some trouble here. Have you thought about adding an overlay with your current rank? Absolutely not. I think the type of person who cares a lot about my current rank is not the type of person I want consuming my content anyways, because they tend to be a kind of miserable human being on average. We needed 2 with that, yeah? We only got 1. All right, can we high roll one more time? There is a very common misconception among gamers who like to sweat profusely while playing games like Pokemon Pocket that your rank means you are better or worse at this game, when it absolutely does not. The rank system in Pokemon Pocket is exactly like the rank system in most other mobile card games, and that your success in it is by and large a measure of how much time you spend playing the game more than anything. And that's not to say that you could be terrible and make it to the top, but it is to say that just because you're rank 1 doesn't mean you're the best Pokemon Pocket player in the world. It just means you're an above average Pokemon Pocket player who's played an incredible amount of this game. In fact, the way the Pokemon Pocket ladder is structured, it cares about time played more than almost any other ladder I've engaged in. It is a very heavily grind-based experience. Looking to dodge another Caper Pokeball so a stray Wugtrio hit can clear this out next turn. So I actually don't know the Wugtrios off of the gut, but I feel like we're in a reasonable spot here, right? 1 stray hit wins the game here, and 2 stray hits on either of these wins the game. So there's, or 3 here. So like, while there's obviously a lot of some permutations where we don't, we've got a decent shot here. Cool, we'll just take 6 points on the way out the door. This might be a give up the first Wiglet, lead on the back one. Maybe we're just supposed to hope they don't have their stage 1 here. Seems unlikely. Oh, you know what? I should have healed this so that way they needed heads to clear it. They found it anyways. They probably have healing either way, so I'm not going to give them a chance to flip heads and kill this, I don't think. I don't think we go for it. I think they're probably on a bunch of Ericas and stuff anyways, and the hit doesn't really matter. I think I have so much sustain in my hand, I just want to evolve and then 150 them twice. That is, unfortunately, a dead draw, thanks to our other Wiggles eating it early. Hopefully this one's just going to go ahead and carry. I think that's actually bad for us? Question mark? I really would have preferred to clear the Celebi, yeah? Then Bricky could get his lovely. Because of the threat of Team Rocket, I want to just keep attaching all of our energies. We get up to 120 here, so they would need all 3 heads on Celebi to clean us out next turn. What a wiggly god. What a wiggly god, gamers. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You have an Erica, too? They're dead, right? All 3 go here, they die. Any amount go here, they die. All right, we're back up to a 4-win streak. DJ, thanks for the entire year. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Speaking of Dialga, this is the matchup we're looking to dodge. I think it's our hardest of the common decks. They just have so much health. Them having first energy advantage here, good chance we're cooked. Our hand doesn't have any rockets or misties in it, which are our chance to kind of undo them having first energy advantage, so. Especially with this Shaman here, I would imagine we're dead to rights. Alright, this is flip a coin to steal first energy advantage. Successfully stolen. Thanks, Grunts. I don't think that means we win the game, but it means we get to continue to play. Oh, God. Spring out is a lot worse when it does 10, yep. Although, Spring Out only doing 10 to a Shaman is relevant with the Wugtrio happening next turn. Means this dies to 1 Wugtrio hit. I want to Irida to heal Wugtrio to full here, because otherwise, at 150 or 130, we die to Arceus plus red. So, with good Wugtrio variants, we could win this game, but we're definitely behind at the moment. Clearing that is good. It means that we could high roll the Arceus and win the game next turn. I've not played this out because we're not in danger of losing the game this turn. And if I draw Pokemon Communication next turn with this Pokeball in hand, we can communicate this in, Pokeball it back out, and then Misty it, and potentially have a follow-up threat for after they kill this one. And if we draw the other Wugtrio, we could also just hit 1 heads on Misty to have a follow-up threat to have a chance after they kill this one. Potion is very, very good. And this is, again, why this is our toughest matchup. They just have so much sustain. Wait, did they just Metallic Turbo again? Oh, that's super wrong. That's so very, very wrong. I think it's this. I think it's this. Now, I need to play the Wiglet out so we can start building it up, which means my Pokemon communication is now a brick, unfortunately. All right, we've got 2 EXs we could double tap next turn. And if they choose to Metallic Turbo again next turn, we could also draw our second Irida to be able to live the Arceus hit still. Cape doesn't change a breakpoint here unless you have another potion to go along with it. Okay, so I have Wugtrio, our other Wugtrio, redraws, and Irida that are all live here. That's a miss. Alright, just pop, drop, and lock it, eh? Oh, you know what? This was actually a small mistake here. I should not have played this cape out because the cape doesn't save me from anything. And if I draw Iono, cape's an extra card to redraw with. So putting the cape on this could be game losing. One research, one Wugtrio, one Iono, and 6 cards. They don't have the basic! Holy! They don't have the basic. Oh my, I just assumed we were cooked. What a freaking video game. All right, 50% for the spring out to win the game. And we're 60% to find Wugtrio. We have a 60%er and then a 50%er, so we're 75% to win here. That'll do, pig. That'll do. What a glorious Wugtrio game. Laz, thanks for the 14 months. Lead on Wiglet, lucky. Okay, and this is a spot that I think is worth talking about. Someone asked about Iono versus Pokemon communication. So in this deck, basically the only thing we care about is getting to Wugtrio as soon as possible. In a spot like this with this communication in my hand, I have 5 Wugtrios I can draw from my deck effectively. 2 Pokeballs and a Wiglet also turn into Wugtrio. Hey, look, it's a Wugtrio. Jeff, do you have any thoughts on Spraggle's video about too many packs being released in quick succession? I haven't watched Spraggle's video, so perhaps you're not framing his argument in the way that he did, but I think it is not reasonable to frame it in they're releasing too many packs, because that's a... What's the best way to put it? This last pack has shown us that one pack isn't a defined unit of measurement for Pokemon Pocket. Because there's a big difference between one pack being Shining Revelry and one pack being Triumphant Light or Mythical Island, with the difference of the amount of EX Pokemon in it. perhaps he gets into that nuance a little bit, but the thing that I do think is true is that they're likely releasing too many EX Pokemon per month currently. Yes, if they're going to release 9 per month. So we hit the organic Wugtrio. We need to Cape here. Do I risk dying if I don't evolve? They could put this up in 60 me. They would need a Misty Heads. Leaf. Leaf would kill me, but I'm probably dead to a Leaf either way, right? I guess not guaranteed. If I evolve, I go to 160, and then I don't die to Dimensional Storm this with Leaf. These decks usually play 2 copies of Leaf. I'm going to play around a copy of Leaf. Yeah. X speed's the same as Leaf. You'll note that I'm not playing this Wiglet out from my hand with this communication, and the reason why I'm waiting here is I'm not attaching an energy to it this turn, so if I draw my second Pokeball, holding this with the communication effectively lets me Pokeball into the second Wugtrio. This lets me toss this one back, get the Wugtrio, and then Pokeball the Wiglet back out. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this, I think, since we can Misty it. Sedge. Alright, you have a copy of Geobody? That's what matters here. Yes, our communication is now a dead card because I elected to play out the Wugtrio. We could technically win the game this turn. I don't have another Iono, so I'm just going to play my potion out proactively here. That was the worst possible outcome. We overkilled one of the bench and then we put damage on Palkia. Wait, what? Okay, well, my opponent decided to give us a chance by Dimensional Storming our 10 HP dork, so we have a shot. I'm not beating Misty anyways. I don't think they have a Giovanni in their deck. I think I Spring Out this turn. Can anybody talk me out of using Spring Out this turn? There's a lot of upside to using Spring Out this turn. Why do I have to evolve? You gotta evolve, right? Why? I'm dead to Misty Heads anyways. Geo is literally the only thing that punishes me, right? I don't think that's in their output range. I'm pretty sure the play to win line is take my 30 points. We win with a lot of permutations next turn, and we're not dead on board. So, decent shot here. Stop. Wiggle with it. Yeah, stop. Wiggle with it. Pop throughout, shall we? Good night. Opponent made one small mistake, and that gave us an opportunity to win that game. God, we're running so hot. We've had Wiglet on one every single game this set. Could be a quick one, video gamers. Says local man about to die to Cardivine Giovanni. No Giovanni, we're probably good. They hit us for 50, we evolve, we heal 40, we start running them down. I'm not planning to play Marvel Step until their season rolls over tomorrow, no. Pockets been poppin'. New cards are sweet. Ranked ladder's been a good engagement driver. All things considered, seems very good for us. Another Arceus actually pretty good for them. Lets them spread our pop throughout damage out some more. That being said, if one of our three clears this Cardivine next turn, it's pretty good for the home team. Yes, and if you want to know my approximate schedule with not only when I'm streaming, but what I loosely plan to stream, gosh, we're so good at this. What I'm loosely planning to stream each day, you can find it underneath the Twitch stream on Blue Sky and inside of my Discord announcements channel. In the short term, ranked is a huge boost for Pokemon Pocket, and it's been good for content numbers. In the mid to long term, how much attrition and burnout and people no longer playing the game because they feel bad from losing in ranked will remain to be seen. So the short term outcome of ranked was always going to be beneficial. There were lots of people that were chomping at the bit for something super grindy to do in Pokemon Pocket, and Ranked provides exactly that. Noise? To kick him in the energy in addition to, getting the Wug down next turn. I'm not sure that 20 HP matters, right? They're going to be at 140 versus 120. We could technically lose the game this turn cycle. If we full clear the Moltres and put nothing on the Charmeleon and don't knock it out, they could put Charizard up if it's old Charizard and get us. Our Wugtrio has been fond of putting all the damage into one thing lately. Alright, and then when it doesn't, we win the game on the spot, yeah.